All right, let me walk through a little history here. Andrew Toles is the son of a longtime NFL linebacker, Alvin Toles, who played for the Houston Oilers. Andrew Toles marched through the Dodger farm system in 2017. At the end of the year, he hit 324. And it looked as if this guy was going to be a contributor. Tore a knee ligament in 2018, missed a large chunk of the season. Then he came back in 19 and he left the team very strange fashion in spring training. Has never played baseball since that point in time. The revelation that he was suffering from mental health issues, depression, incidents at home with family, police were involved, totally disappeared off the radar. Then we found out that he had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder that had just exploded, then schizophrenia. He had been in and out of mental hospitals, therapy, etc., counseling. Nothing seemed to work. Disappeared again. They found him living in Key West, Florida, in an empty building on the grounds of the airport at Key West. So they rescued him. His father, the NFL player, has taken control of him. What has never been said is the Dodgers have continued to pay him since 2018 in the knee injury and then the first mental health episode in 2019. The Dodgers have continued to pay him since 2018 through 2023. It's a flat fee. It's what a veteran's salary would get. You talk about a phenomenal step forward to help one of your players who will never, ever play baseball again. To me, that's a spectacular accomplishment. So, I mean, we can sit here and we can condemn the Dodgers. They didn't do due diligence or the right diligence on the mess with Trevor Bauer, and we can critique them about this trade or letting that player go. But how about what Andrew Friedman and Mark Walter did on behalf of this troubled player? It's amazing.
It is amazing. But mental health is a broad crisis throughout all of society. It's nice to see the Dodgers stepping up, but it makes you wonder how many other athletes have been affected by a lot of these challenges. Now, obviously in the NFL, with the concussions and a lot of other things, we can kind of explain it. But in baseball, I mean, we've had a couple of guys that maybe weren't as mentally sound as others, and you wonder maybe if they were inflicted.
I think that the most unique thing is within the last 2 calendar years in every major sport. One that flashes to mind immediately is Kevin Love, the great UCLA player, had a long run with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He battled depression. He went and he got help. We've seen it in the NBA. We've seen it in the NHL. We've seen it sparingly in Major League Baseball. But the fact that players are now standing up and saying it's okay to come front and center and say, I need help, and the union is there to help them. You should have been a baseball player. I should have been in the NFL. Would have had better health care than we currently have in modern day society. Yeah. So the unions and the Players Association, John, have done a phenomenal job helping troubled players. And it only takes one or two with the courage to stand up and say, yes, I have fought depression. Yes, I've had suicidal thoughts, to see people rally around those guys and to see the union direct them. But the players are the ones who have to make the decision to make it public. They have to make it. It doesn't even have to be public. They call the 800 number the union provides them, and it's all confidential. But the fact that players have now stepped up front and center and said, yes, this has existed in my life and you can get help to do it. It's hugely, hugely important.
I mean, it's kind of like, that tough guy thing, right? Where guys don't want to admit that, maybe they have a challenge there. So it's good to see acknowledgement. It's good to see the league and the players accepting reality. And, this is kind of reflective of what's happening throughout society. So good on the Dodgers for taking care of him. Let's hope he comes back. I remember like in 2017 or so, seeing him out there in the outfield. I mean, that's when Trace Thompson came up at the same time with the Dodgers. So let's hope this guy gets back on his feet.
Okay, next topic will be basketball. But first, John,